Yes, it begins with me in bed with 18 men.
And you get depressed easily. Whatever that means, not the slightest idea what that means.
No, I don't.
I'm still thinking about moose meatballs. I don't know why.
Oh, they're
They fascinate
terrific.
me.
They really are.
So you start the show in bed with 18 men.
Yes.
Johnny Carson flirted first, then had to walk it back live on air. The 4 seconds. For 3 decades, Johnny Carson was the most trusted figure on American television. Night after night, 5 nights a week, millions of viewers drifted off to sleep watching him. He never once said something he had to be held accountable for. January 22, 1975. Ann-Margret is seated across from him, and Johnny leans in, telling her she's welcome to stay the whole night. You can pinpoint the exact moment he catches himself. He doesn't apologize, he explains. He tells the entire country he only meant the studio. Then, because his mouth outpaces his better judgment, he adds that the studio is quite nice, actually. It's got carpeting. It's got refrigerators. He's digging himself deeper.
Putting me down. I'm just teasing. You had to gain weight for that picture, didn't you?
I gained about...
They wanted you a little, softy.
Yes, I gained 15 pounds.
Gained 15 pounds?
It was a lot of fun gaining it, but I still haven't lost it all.
And then he had roughly 4 seconds to dig himself back out before the laughter died down. That scramble to recover is where the real comedy happens. 6 women, 6 holes he dug for himself. And by the end of the night, a woman most viewers recognize from Roman Holiday gets him to admit it out loud, on air.
She's an incredible actress. Here's some Roman Holiday, Sabrina Fair, Funny Face, Love in the Afternoon, Breakfast at Tiffany's, The Nun Story, My Fair Lady, and we could sit here and read a long list. And this is the first time she's been on the show. And would you believe I'm a little nervous?
Yes.
Really? What?
Not to put you down at all. I mean, I would believe that because I would feel the same way. She's kind of very, very special.
She's a special lady.
She's delicate.
Not you. Yes, that's the word I was going to use.
Delicate.
Delicate. Would you welcome, please, Miss Audrey Hepburn.
That he was actually the nervous one. For those who never stayed up to watch, all you need to know is that Carson hosted the show for 30 years, 5 nights a week, and the whole country counted on him to always keep his composure. That's the setup. Everything that follows is him losing that composure. The book about touching. February 1974. A 27-year-old unknown named Suzanne Somers walks out. She's been in Hollywood for exactly 1 week. Nobody in America recognizes her face yet.
Yeah.
I don't. But do you...
I haven't been
people...
on the casting couch yet.
No, I didn't say, yet. Oh.
That was a slip.
Three's Company is 4 years away. She's written a short book, and its central argument is that people simply don't touch each other enough.
This has to do with...
It has to do with see, my basic philosophy in this book is that people don't touch each other enough. And...
It's always been my, or they touch themselves too much.
That's what they
That's
say.
that was Onan's problem. He
That's right.
grabbed a hold of himself and fell in love.
To demonstrate, she reaches over, takes Johnny's hand, and holds onto it while explaining what she means. Watch him try to turn it into a joke.
The book deals with communicating, but I mean as far as touching a hand, you can say so much more when you're holding someone's hand. Like, I'm holding your hand right now.
Right.
And this means...
Yes?
I mean, this means glad to meet you.
Glad
Doesn't
to
it?
meet you.
Now,
No,
this-
I'll show you. I'll show you what means glad to meet you, Suzanne. No, I know what you mean. Yes, that's like a universal, I suppose when the first 2 men met each other, they went, hey.
That's right. And people are really afraid to touch.
Especially men.
He begins to say he'll show her what a real handshake feels like, then catches himself mid-sentence. He realizes where the line is headed about half a word before the audience does, and he yanks the emergency brake on his own joke. No, I know what you mean, he says. He cut himself off on live television, right in the middle of his own punchline. That's the entire pattern in a nutshell, and it's exactly why this moment comes first. Suzanne Somers didn't do anything provocative, she simply held his hand and talked about her book. Whatever went sideways in that exchange, Johnny brought entirely on himself. And then Johnny fixed it.
Thinking tonight of you and Ed. You've worked together for years, and you're obviously very good friends.
Right.
I've never seen you touch one another.
Well, there's see, we had a problem once. No, I know it. I know.
Take it on her.
You mean just...
Take it on her.
Keep an eye on that, because he's about to repeat the same mistake, only worse, in front of a woman who won't throw him a lifeline this time. Nice carpets on the floor. Ann-Margret was the biggest movie star to walk through that curtain in 1975. She'd starred in Viva Las Vegas alongside Elvis, earned an Oscar nomination for Carnal Knowledge, and at the time was widely regarded as perhaps the most magnetic woman in American film. Carson gets himself into trouble before she's even fully seated. He asks her whether she enjoys being called sexy. She flips the question back on him, asking whether he thinks he's sexy.
When somebody says that I'm sexy, I am very, very flattered. I think any woman would be, if she's honest with herself. Just, don't you enjoy being called sexy? Don't you enjoy when a woman calls you sexy?
Yeah. Kinda like
Really?
it. Do you think I'm sexy?
Yes, I do.
Really?
You have a very boyish sexiness.
I have a boyish sexiness. That's
You
good.
can get away with murder. Well, you can.
I
You
can
say
get a couple of
things.
women who won't verify that.
She tells him he has a kind of boyish sexiness to him. And Johnny, who's built a career out of letting compliments roll right off him, takes the bait entirely, joking that he could produce a couple of women who'd disagree. He's the one who brought up sexy in the first place. He's the one who volunteered the joke about his ex-wives. Nobody forced either move. Then comes the commercial break. He tells her he's about to cut to an ad and asks if she can stick around. Standard talk show logistics. Except what actually comes out of his mouth is that she can stay all night.
I do this first, then we'll come back. You can stay a while, can't you?
I think so.
You don't have to stay all night. I mean, just a little while.
Well, explain what you mean by all night. You mean till the end of the show.
Well, of course I meant that she doesn't have to stay until the end of the show. I didn't mean all night here physically in the building. Oh. But you can if you want to. I mean, it's nice here. We got nice carpets on the floor and refrigerators.
couch.
What? All of those things.
The audience reacts the way audiences do. And this is the moment a weaker host would just ride the laugh and move on. Carson can't let it go. He turns to the camera and starts over-explaining. He didn't mean all night, he says, he meant she didn't have to leave once the segment wrapped. He meant physically, in the building. That word, physically, is carrying a huge burden in that sentence, and it isn't enough to save him, and he knows it. So he keeps talking. He tells the entire country she's welcome to stay if she'd like, because it's nice there. They've got nice carpets on the floor. They've got refrigerators. Refrigerators. The same man who could silence a heckler with one raised eyebrow is now pitching the appliances in the NBC building to a movie star, live, at 11:40 at night, all because he can't find his way out of a sentence he started himself. And then Ann-Margret doesn't throw him a rope. She just sits there, calm and unbothered, letting him squirm. Later in the same interview, he brings up her lipstick and announces, out loud, that the only way to determine its flavor is for her to kiss him in front of everyone.
You know she's wearing flavored lipstick? You know they make lipstick now in colors? Strawberry.
Wish I could find out the flavor, but if you'd kiss me here in front of everybody, you know. What flavor is it?
Strawberry, I think.
Strawberry?
Yeah, very good.
One of my favorites.
It's a good year.
And then he has to live with that one too. Every single one of those moments was his own doing. So why did he keep doing it? Why would the most disciplined broadcaster in America keep walking straight into this trap? Two things were simultaneously true about that desk, and they didn't quite reconcile with each other. The first is that Johnny Carson made his living by intentionally saying the slightly off thing.
Get a couple of women who won't verify that. That was on me. See, that was putting me down.
That was the job, the monologue, the double take, the line that pushes 1 inch too far and then gets reeled back in. That's a comedian's instinct, and his was the sharpest in the business. The second truth is that a talk show isn't a nightclub. There's no undo button. There's a live studio audience, a national broadcast, and no way to retract a sentence once it's already left your mouth. Most nights, those two realities manage to coexist without colliding, because most of his guests were men, or comedians, or people there to promote a film. That comedian's instinct only got him into trouble in one particular scenario, when the person sitting across from him was a woman he genuinely found impressive. That's when his timing would slip.
She's an incredible actress. Here's some Roman Holiday, Sabrina Fair, Funny Face, Love in the Afternoon, Breakfast at Tiffany's, The Nun Story, My Fair Lady, and we could sit here and read a long list. And this is the first time she's been on the show. And would you believe I'm a little nervous?
Yes.
Really? What?
Not to put you down at all. I mean, I would believe that because I would feel the same way. She's kind of very, very special.
She's a special lady.
She's delicate.
Not you. Yes, that's the word I was going to use.
Delicate.
Delicate. Would you welcome, please, Miss Audrey Hepburn.
He'd reach for the joke half a beat too soon. And that half beat is the exact gap between a laugh and a confession. He never stopped doing it, though. Across 30 years, it happened hundreds of times, and his recoveries kept getting sharper and funnier. Next up is the one night he actually had to get out of his chair and cross the stage first.
Thank you very much. Thanks. I'm sorry I got hung up in my dress. Am I supposed to come over there now?
Or is that why you're sitting there? You can't get off the stool?
No, I couldn't get off the stool.
Oh,
See,
I didn't know that.
This dress is one of these new kind. Well, come here and help. See, this part of me is all. I don't know what to do. See, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm hung up in this blame thing.
Now you're...
Wait a minute. Wait, no, I really am, but...
Okay, there you
I
go.
know what I'm going to do with this dress. I'm going to take it in sane manners with the blame thing. It's the best thing to do.
There you are. How's that? You okay?
I'm sorry. See, I was really sorry.
The man who crossed his own stage. July 31st, 1980. June Carter Cash, Johnny Cash's wife and a formidable Appalachian performer in her own right, has just finished singing Ring of Fire, a song she co-wrote, but she can't get up from the stool. Her dress, handmade and crocheted, has snagged on something. So Johnny gets up from the desk. He walks across his own stage, in full view of the audience and the cameras, and starts figuring out how to free a woman from her own dress on live television. He manages it. She sits back down. The conversation shifts to her 7 children, her husband, and her life, and the whole exchange turns warm. Everyone's already moved past it.
We have this little boy. We have...
Altogether, between his other marriage and your marriage, I guess, there are 6 children involved?
Well, no, there's more than that.
Oh, I didn't know.
See, I had 2.
I didn't get the
had
official count
Carlene
today.
Wait a minute, just a second.
Yeah.
No, I had Carlene and Rosie. I had 2, and he had 4, and
That
then...
makes 6.
6, but we had John Carter, and that makes 7.
That makes 7, certainly does.
So I have 1 daughter, 25, 2, 24, 2, 21, 1, 18, and 1 son, 10.
That's a big brood.
Yes, and I'm worn out.
Except that June didn't do that. A little later, she tells him how much she loves the show, and how she watches it every night while lying in bed. The audience completely misinterprets this. Johnny's eyes widen in surprise. And before she can finish her sentence, he starts trying to clarify the situation. But she continues. She says she feels like she knows him better than he knows himself. And then she adds one final thing, that all of this was true. Right up until the moment she slipped her hand under his clothes.
I love the opportunity of just being here with you because well, every night I lie down in my bed and you and I spend some time together.
I know what you're saying.
No,
yes, of course.
See, they took it wrong.
It's kind of by
No, I watch you on the television, see.
I'm glad, yeah.
So I feel like I know you a whole lot better than you know me. At least until before you got under my dress.
Well, no, I just wasn't trying to help you out. I'm going to do a commercial. We'll come back and we'll talk some more. See what's happening, okay?
The room erupts, and Johnny, the king of late night, the man in the tailored suit, the safest pair of hands in broadcasting, sits there insisting to some 40-odd states that he was only trying to help. Which is true. And that's exactly what makes it funny. He hadn't actually done anything wrong. He'd simply done something that could be spun into a punchline.
And in the meantime, I'm on unemployment. I get
Now, isn't that strange? You do a coast-to-coast television show.
Right.
It's a 2-hour-and-a half show.
Right, and the star.
And you're on unemployment.
Well, see, the misconception with someone starting out is that, like, my friends called me and said, "God, what are you doing with all that money you're making?"
Like you just made a fortune.
Right, and they don't understand that I'm still on unemployment. But I have gone up. I'm now making $90 a week instead of $27. Now that I did a starring role.
Oh, that's good.
Isn't that terrific? But
The one time the joke didn't land. November 1975. Lynda Carter is on the verge of becoming Wonder Woman. At this point, she's still relatively unknown, a former Miss USA who's collecting unemployment even while shooting a lead role. She and Johnny are in the middle of a genuinely engaging conversation about how bizarre that contrast feels, famous on paper, $90 a week in reality. She's light-hearted about it, self-deprecating. Then he asks her something more serious. How does she handle it when men in the industry suggest talking business over dinner and drinks? How does she tell the legitimate offers apart from the other kind?
I saw the show the other night. Really,
Did you?
were excellent in it. I saw the whole show.
oh well, thank
And
you.
I thought it was well done, and it was fun, and everybody seemed to be having a great time, and that's what it needed.
That's exactly right. We just, I think the way that they did it the previous time, they really didn't have fun with it.
Yeah.
They didn't do it and have fun. And all of us, working with, this was my first starring role.
Is that your very first thing?
My very first starring role. And I'd done 2 small parts before, day player parts, you know.
Yeah.
And I tested for it in the weeks and weeks and weeks of waiting for the phone call, the phone call.
And Johnny, on pure reflex, tosses in a line about taking a shot himself. She doesn't laugh. Instead, she answers him seriously, telling him it's a real occupational hazard, one she simply has no choice but to face head-on.
Were you somewhat scared that people would try to take advantage of you and say, look, sweetheart, I'll get you a wonderful contract, let's go out to dinner and talk about it? You read all that.
Oh, I've read it all, and I'm still scared of that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's still not out of the realm of possibility. Those people do exist, but it really is changing. It is changing.
Fellas have said to you, why don't we talk it over at dinner? Or...
Sure.
Now, how do you handle that?
I say,
How do you know whether it's for real or it's not for real?
well, it's usually not for real if they're asking you to dinner and over a drink. If it's done in the office.
A lot of business is conducted out here, over a drink and dinner.
Yeah, but if it's a...
You take a shot.
No, but I was really serious about it because it is a hazard.
Well, it's a hazard that I've had to face, and I have to just go ahead with it.
And you can actually watch Carson shift gears mid-air. The joke's already out there, there's no pulling it back. So he does the only thing he can. He drops the comedic tone entirely and follows her into the serious answer instead. This stumble is a different kind from the others, and it's the one that reveals the most about him. He wasn't trying to be crude, he was simply being a comedian in a moment that had quietly stopped being funny. And he was quick enough to catch it within a second and a half.
John?
No, not about me. What I'm trying to say is I think sex is an inner quality.
Yes.
A woman can have a lot of sensuality.
Let me tell you, as far as I can see right here, she's a very sexy lady.
And that's what I'm talking about. We got two of us right here tonight.
Yeah.
Let me do this. We're going to come right back. We have a new sponsor tonight. No, it's not a new sponsor. Yes, a new sponsor. I thought it was an old sponsor coming back. We have some of those sometimes. See, you get me all upset and excited here tonight, and I can't do anything.
The Clammy Hands of the King of Late Night. March 30th, 1976. Audrey Hepburn's first appearance on the show. She'd been away from film for nearly a decade. The nerves in that studio, though, aren't hers. She sits down and gently notes that he's used to this, she isn't. He replies that he isn't used to having her there either. Then he takes her hands and, completely unprompted, volunteers that they're a little clammy. Nobody asked. Nobody would have ever known otherwise. Johnny Carson just told the entire country his palms were sweating.
I was just saying for a moment, as I told you, I was a little nervous having Audrey here today, and I was trying to think of Robin Hood.
Robin
I'm
Bow
much
and
more
Arrow.
nervous than you.
No, and I couldn't think
You're
of...
used to this, I'm not.
I'm not
Imagine
used to
how
having
I
you here,
feel.
though. How do you feel, really?
Huh? Well, your hands are cold, so am I. Mine are a bit clammy, though.
No, they're not clammy.
Okay.
And even if they are, who cares?
Here's a paraphrase. Audrey brushes it off in just a few words. They're not clammy, and even if they were, who cares? He recovers, mostly. Then later, while discussing whether sensuality is something a person carries within themselves rather than something they put on display, he decides to settle the debate by announcing to the camera that, as far as he can tell, she's a very attractive woman. He hears himself say it and panics, in that particular Carson way where the panic disguises itself as a joke, and he blurts out that there are actually two attractive people at that desk tonight, folding himself into the sentence so he's not standing there alone. But the moment that makes this whole segment worth watching happens after the commercial break. The cameras return, and Johnny turns to Ed McMahon and says she was extremely nervous. Then, unprompted, he adds that he was too. And he asks Ed a question, did it show? Sit with that for a second. The most composed man in American broadcasting is checking in with his own announcer, live on air, to find out whether the country noticed he'd been rattled.
It's real style, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Real style. Lovely lady.
Classy lady.
And she was terribly nervous tonight, but so was I. I think for her.
Yeah.
Did I show it at all?
No, you're fine. I like particularly the part when you couldn't remember Robin Hood's last name. I thought that was...
Everything else on this list, you had to piece together yourself. Here, he just comes out and tells you.
Put on the egg conditioner.
Can you put on the what?
Egg conditioner.
It's air conditioner.
Right.
But you say it like... What?
Egg conditioner.
Egg conditioner.
Mm-hmm. Sounds very strange.
It does sound very strange, but it's all just kind of
They put all the words together.
contracted.
Yeah.
Turn on air conditioner.
Egg conditioner.
Egg conditioner. That's very weird.
I must get you the book. It's very funny.
That's
I have some very funny expressions.
All right. There it is again. That's nice. That's much better. There's a nicer hum to it this time. Put a man on the moon. We can't get this turned off over here. And once again, here's a very lovely young lady, Olivia Newton-John. Olivia?
He couldn't turn off the air conditioner either. June 1974. Olivia Newton-John, 25 and newly arrived in America, is walking him through Australian slang while he's visibly losing track of his own bit. He can't nail the pronunciation. He can't keep pace with the joke. And in the middle of it all, defeated, he snaps at a humming air conditioner somewhere off camera.
You have a slang. I was talking to John Newcomb and Rod Laver last weekend, and they sent out a thing for an opening, and they had some very strange terms that I was not completely familiar with.
Well, some of them I couldn't tell you, but...
Well, some like we have that I can't tell you either.
We have a language, or it is sort of a joke language, really, called strine.
Strine?
Strine, you know, strine, Australian. See? Strine is S-T-R-I-N-E.
Oh, I see. I understand.
And there's a gentleman in Australia who wrote a book and put the words phonetically. So as you read it, you can't read it at all, but as you pronounce it, it comes out like a terribly strong Australian accent. And the man's name is Affleck Lauder, which if you say it quickly is Affleck Lauder.
"We put a man on the moon," he says, "and nobody here can turn that thing off." The man who hosted the most watched hour on American television couldn't get someone to shut off a fan. Then Olivia gets the last word without even trying. She's brought back out for another song, and on her way past, she casually remarks that maybe she hangs around there more than she should. He has nothing to say back. "Here's what I want from you." Was Johnny genuinely caught off guard? Or was every one of these slip-ups a bit he'd rehearsed in advance? The carpets, the refrigerators, the clammy hands, all of it engineered to look like a man losing his composure. Half of you will insist he was far too sharp to ever be caught off guard, that you don't stay at the top for 30 years by accident, and that the fumble itself was the performance. The other half of you saw his face when Audrey Hepburn took his hand.